Well, a lot of people will tell you that these days miracles don't exist, but not too long ago, just behind the church, I found a stack of porno mags about yay high. And on Palm Sunday too. Now I can only attribute that to the providence of God. Being a clergyman, a great deal of one's time is taken up with the concerns of your parishioners, and of course there's a church garden and the fetes and the raffles and the various events that we have around the church. So it doesn't really leave a lot of time for my great passion, which is poontang. Well, no, none of us can ever hope to emulate Christ. In fact, to try too hard is almost blasphemous. But we can take heart from many of his teachings. And I was recently put in mind of the story of Christ at Gethsemane, in which he was tempted by Satan, but turned his back and carried on his march of righteousness. And not too long ago, I was presented with my own Gethsemane, a moment of temptation, in which I was presented with a young ordinand, about 24, blonde. Anyway, after evensong, I found her scrubbing the front step of the church, bending over, and, well, I had my own moment of temptation, and so I had to ask myself, well, what would Jesus do? And then I did the opposite. 3 times. Well, I like to say that we men of the cloth are all cut from the same cloth, by which I mean that whatever your confession or denomination, there is a great fraternity in God among religious leaders. And recently I've reached out to the local rabbi, Rachel Lowenstein, in an attempt to bridge the gap between the two different faiths. And we've done that quite successfully, and made a few videos as well. And we're quite keen to get the Islamic community in, because they've all got lots of wives and everything. But no Catholics, we don't want any of that. Well, of course, not everybody sees it my way. I mean, the local bishop sees what I do as indecent, immoral, unchristian, whereas I just see a player hater. Many of my parishioners are older people, and of course they struggle with the idea of mortality and death, and I can only tell them to enjoy their lives. I mean, life is a fleeting, dancing moment in the darkness of eternity. So why not fill your boots? I think the Lord would approve of dogging.